Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's semi-original guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another live league game of the day. Today we are on Wind Circulation. This is a standard matchup in the live league pool, and it's a pretty cool one. It's actually a base light matchup. However, we do have double airports on this map and a comm tower, but we have a pre-deployed artillery which actually locks down one of the airports and actually makes it so in order for you to grab the comm tower, you have to delete the artillery. So you lose a unit just to get a comm tower. So it's a very interesting dynamic. The artillery actually, like I said, it does lock down this property, but the way that this map kind of plays out is like one side grabs two airports, the other side grabs two airports, and that's pretty much about it. So should be an interesting one for sure, folks. Lots of heavy terrain on this map. So we have a tier 4 matchup between ForgotToShoot and Sliicer. These are two fairly highly rated players, at least 1300 plus. I have played against ForgotToShoot before in a tournament, and I can tell you for sure that they are very strong. They are a tactician indeed. Sliicer, a known tactician as well, folks. So this should be a pretty good one. So we have Jess and we have Adder today. Now these are two very common picks for tier 4. So Jess will get a minus 10% firepower to all of her non-vehicle units, including infantry. But her vehicle units will gain plus 10% firepower. Now her co-power and her super co-power will increase her movement by 1 and 2 respectively, and increase her firepower for those vehicular units. So Jess is a pretty cool CO, and I do rather enjoy playing her quite a bit. But in this map, it is an air battle, at least to a certain degree, and Jess gets no real air support. Now, the other CO that we have is Adder. So as we know, Adder gets no day-to-day abilities, but what he does have is access to his co-power and his super co-power, side slip and sidewinder, which will increase his movement by 1 and 2 respectively as well. So I do favor Adder in a aerial battle, that is for sure. But who knows, maybe this won't turn into an air battle. Maybe it'll just be a land battle. And if it turns into a land battle, well, then I definitely favor Jess in that aspect. So without further ado, folks, let's go ahead and get into this one and see what went down in the live league today. So we are going to have to change that right away. Unit face left, there we go. So on day 1, 2, and 3, we have our standard infantry builds, because you gotta get the infantry on the field, folks. #1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. Alright, so neither players are going for their airport just yet. Not really super necessary to go for the airports right away, but you do want to grab them eventually. It looks like Sliicer is going to be making a play to grab his airport pretty quickly here. I believe ForgotToShoot's probably going to be right behind. Yeah. So we're grabbing the airports for ForgotToShoot. Both players have a tank deployed on the field, and both players are starting to make their way into the center of the map, where you have a lot of juicy properties. Lots of value in the center, but there's lots of value up top and in the corners here as well. So, you know, you just gotta get those properties, folks. Okay, Sliicer making an excellent play here, actually foregoing the capture of this little airport here, and we're actually going for this airport right here, which is the far more dangerous airport because it is very quickly reinforced and able to attack the HQ very, very quickly. So that's pretty cool. I do not mind that play at all. Now, ForgotToShoot, skipping a couple properties, grabbing this property before this one, which is super good, because if you did grab this property, it would delay the capture of this property by quite a bit. And this way you do get this one a little bit quicker. Well, not really quicker, but you get this one quicker and you get this one like a day behind. So in total, you do get both properties a little bit quicker. And plus, this one is far more contested, because if Sliicer does go up and cap this airport, finishes the cap, well, then he can just go and interrupt the capture here and build a battlecopter to completely deny that property here. So ForgotToShoot, this is interesting. Okay, so instead of going right here, we actually go here with the infantry. So we're not even going for the airport at all. It looks like we're maybe trying to go for this property, but I mean, we could go for this property. We could go like here and grab this property, but maybe they're trying to make a beeline to this property right here and deny that one. But if you deny that one, I mean, Sliicer's got recon reinforcement coming in and plus 3 infantry right there. So that's kind of, not sure, it's kind of a risky move, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, so nice little play here from Sliicer. Pushing these infantry pretty far forward, bring the recon forward. Gonna be able to deny the capture of this property if ForgotToShoot goes for it, and be able to deny the capture of this property with a recon infantry combo, which should be a KO. Maybe not, but possibly be a KO. Alright, so ForgotToShoot coming in with the tank down south. And starting the tank chains down south. Okay, and bringing this tank over here and sitting it right on the city. So that's a pretty good spot for a tank to be, especially without the access of a comm tower. Usually the rolls on this are pretty much 3 to 4 is what you'd be looking at here. So there is actually the possibility of a low roll and a high roll, which would end up being a 7-7 trade, or potentially, well, it probably wouldn't be 6-7 unless you actually had a comm tower, so I would say probably 7-7. So it would be pretty unadvisable for Adder to go up and take that shot. Now, he could take the shot from the forest, which isn't really that terrible, all things considered, but Jess does have that firepower bonus over Adder as a day-to-day, so maybe not the best move to do. This is a very nice interrupt over here. We are completely denying that property. That is not going to be capped. And Sliicer has his airport up here, which is going to be insanely powerful. This is going to be an insanely powerful airport up here. Okay, but ForgotToShoot, like I said, is a fantastic tactician. They probably had this all planned out from the start. I mean, who knows? But either way, so actually goes up, starts the cap, stops the cap, destroys an infantry. So now we're ahead by an infantry, which is pretty cool. And if Sliicer decides to go in and further interrupt this cap of the airport, boom, we have artillery right here ready to go to blast away any infantry that hits. And also, like I said, I would probably not advise taking a tank trade against Jess on a city. That is not really the best thing that you can do. It's actually very likely that it would go poorly for you. There is a possibility that it would go good for you, but more than likely it's not going to be a very good trade. Yeah, so we're not going to take it. We're going to wait until we have more tanks down south in order to potentially attack it twice, which once again will not actually net a KO without 2 comm towers, but it will be able to do quite a bit of damage. But ForgotToShoot is starting to actually place their tanks very well. Like, they're very, very well defended, all things considered here. So I'm kind of liking the position here. I am very much liking this battlecopter with no anti-air reinforcement right away. So the battlecopter is at least, at minimum, going to be able to get 1 hit on these infantry unless they pull back over here onto the HQ around this area right here, in which you could build an anti-air to counter the battlecopter right here. And ForgotToShoot has 15,000 K at the moment, so you could go anti-air tank, which would be a pretty good combo. And that artillery just completely blasted that infantry away. It's gone. It is not feeling too good. Oh, so interesting. Cool. So ForgotToShoot. Did not forget to shoot. Went over here and took a trade over here. So this is what I'm saying. So this is basically what the tank trade on a city would be. It would be about this. So 7-7 is very common to see, unfortunately. So we do a double hit on an infantry with 2 tanks, and we move in with a 3rd tank to attack a recon. Now that does open up our tanks to be hit here. So we have 2 tanks that are able to hit 2 tanks over here. Probably the best option if you were going to be crazy enough to take the engagement would be attack one tank and one tank, but it's a very risky play indeed, because if you do go up and attack two tanks, most likely these tanks will just be able to clear the two tanks that attacked you. And if they're not able to clear the two tanks, they're going to become very, very close to clearing the two tanks. Now, Sliicer does have this tank over here to interrupt the infantry. That is a possibility. Recon would probably be a better interrupt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Recon could go here and interrupt, but it's not going to get the KO. So you are going to need a secondary unit in the following turns to actually complete the job, to execute the order, so to speak. So moves the 2 HP infantry off of the airport, because that is a guaranteed kill right there, and maybe we don't want to lose that infantry just yet. It wouldn't, in base light, it's not really a bad idea to move your units back after they've been injured and heal them up, because you have such little access to units that healing your units can be very, very good. Okay, so day 9, Sliicer, 19,000 monies in the bank right now. What are we going to be able to do with 19,000 monies? Now, he is behind on overall income temporarily. This is going to change like right now, though. So, nice little battlecopter hit right here. So, battlecopter easy clear on the 7 HP infantry. Technically, this wasn't even really necessary. You could have potentially attacked a different infantry as well. It's nice to get the clear, but the 7 HP infantry is not actually going to be able to do more than 4 damage to this, so you would actually still acquire the property no matter what. So you could move ahead and do like a little bit of damage to one of these infantry, or even bring the infantry down, or bring the copter down here and attack this guy. But I mean, if you did that, then that actually opens it up for this infantry to move in here. So you wouldn't be able to do that, but you would be able to maybe attack this one right here. You can move the guy right here, attack that guy, do a little bit more damage to him. Because like I said, that's not going to interrupt the cap anyways. But either way, go for the easy clear on the 7 HP infantry, which is perfectly valid. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Overall, at least, nothing wrong with that. Now, I'm very curious to see what these two tanks are going to do now, because we did go up and attack this infantry right here. If we do not follow it up, we are going to be potentially facing 4 tanks versus 3 tanks very, very quickly here. So, curious. Oh, my lord. Okay. Okay, so we actually attacked the tank that was on the city, doing about 90% damage to it, which is pretty good, taking it all the way down to 1. But now we have 2 vulnerable tanks right here. This might work out in Sliicer's favor, potentially, but like I said, I do favor Jess on the day-to-day for the vehicles, so there is a possibility that this won't work out. I mean, we're not going to get the cap. We can bring the tank back. We can get like a double hit on these 2 guys potentially, or even we could, well, if we're going to bring this guy back, we can actually bring this guy here and take the engagement here. But that's 30% defense versus 30% defense, so you're not really going to do a whole lot of damage. I mean, you're not going to do a whole lot of damage against this one either, but he is at 8, so it should go down to maybe 2. So that's a lot better than this trade, I'll tell you that much. So maybe attack this one, or go for the clear on this one, bring this guy back to heal, bring this one forward, and that way they're all reinforced next turn. So lots of possibilities for ForgotToShoot at the moment. I think this might have been a little bit of a adventurous attack, so to speak. Does build another battlecopter here from Sliicer, so we are going to have air superiority here very, very soon. These guys are going to be able to swing down to the middle of the map too, and at least temporarily avoid this anti-air and be able to reinforce down here pretty quickly. So ForgotToShoot pulls the tank back, so nice. We do not want to be keeping that guy forward, that's for sure. Wow, okay. told. We're probably going to put the infantry on the city. We might put the infantry on the city. Maybe not. I feel like attacking these two is the better option, but maybe it's not. I'm going to bring artillery forward. We might put infantry here. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. The way that this is looking, this tank is going to be going right here and attacking this. Because if we don't, the artillery definitely gets hit. But if the artillery gets hit, the tanks are getting cleared because you're losing out on a tank hit. And this is not a one-shot. Okay, so we're going for the defensive trade here. So 8-6 on the 3-star terrain, so pretty good. We are backed up by the artillery at the moment, which is fantastic. Yeah, this is going to be a great trade for ForgotToShoot, actually. So we go down here and take this engagement as well. Nice. Oh, excuse me. Nice. 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 Anti-air is being pushed forward here, too. Double anti-air and a tank. Not a single battlecopter made from ForgotToShoot yet. Not even bothering with the air units at the moment. We are going full tank support, full vehicle, total land battle. Ooh, forgot. Or Sliicer, he's got the transport copter. Okay, so it looks like we are going to be getting a deletion on the artillery here pretty soon. Infantry loads the transport copter. Transport goes here, drops 2-turn capture on that guy over here. So Sliicer will have 110 on all of his units in about 3 turns here. So that is going to be pretty significant. ForgotToShoot might have to build a transport copter in order to keep the edge on their the vehicle units here. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we're going to go get some caps. Nice. Got to get them caps. Get the caps going. Get the caps flowing. Get the money rolling in. That's what it's all about. We are gonna be full pulling back over here. Yeah, that is a smart move because the way that it's looking right here, it's not really too many options, right? I mean, the only thing that we could potentially do is just yeet, and you don't really want to yeet against players that are like 1300 plus. It's not a good time. You don't want to be doing that. You don't want to fall into the noob traps because potentially, I mean, they could clear. And then like maybe could 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah, see, all we would be able to do is just attack this and attack this. So those are the only 2 viable hits. I mean, we could attack infantry, but that is just going to open our tanks up to battlecopter fire and tank shots. So this entire push, if we did go in, would just get cleared. So pulling back, correct option at the moment. Battlecopters could push in, but double anti-air support over here basically negates these 2 battlecopters from being able to do anything. Now you could make an argument that you could push in here and take out like multiple units here with the battlecopters and push in with tank support right afterwards. You might be able to hit this, not from this position, but if you can like do that, then maybe it's not like so bad losing a battlecopter, but you have to get a lot of value. That's the thing. If you don't get a lot of value with your battlecopter push sacrifice, then it's just 100% not worth it. And you might as well just hold on to your units until you actually get a viable push later on. Okay, day 12. Both players are at 18,000 funds. It looks like ForgotToShoot is about to cap this property here, though. So that puts them at 19,000. If Sliicer is able to capture this property right here, it will be an even game. Once again. So, what do we do? What do we do? Now, there is a potential for, like, I just said, like, you shouldn't yeet, right? But, I mean, you could go in, and you could do, like, this random yeet at the moment, right? You could, like, clear this tank here. You can take 1 engagement on this tank. That would probably give you power. You can pop power. You can take a 1 battlecopter. And you might be able to do like an attack on another tank, maybe bring the artillery up, but there's too many infantry here, and there's too much room for Adder to sort of maneuver around here. So that probably wouldn't really be like super great, but maybe it's good. Oh yeah, we're going for a super yeet. There we go. Now, unfortunately, this yeet does not actually yield the destruction of any battlecopters, but so maybe not a super yeet, just like a minor yeet, just a minor yeet. I want to see that yeet again. That's nice. So do a double. So we're just, it's mostly unit count that we were going for there. I mean, we take out a few units, but this should be a loss of potentially 3 tanks here. But if the battlecopters go in and attack those tanks, got double anti-air, so this is more of like a sort of a bait over here. What is Sliicer gonna do? We're gonna pop the side slip. Okay, we're side slipping. Side slip. +1 movement over here from the old Sliicer. So what is he gonna do? What are the options? We're gonna attack an infantry. We're going to attack a tank with our infantry and clear it with the 8 HP. So we're just doing a little bit of chip damage there in order to secure at least a potentially guaranteed KO there. I'm not sure what the roll is, but it's definitely better than not going for the chip damage here. Okay, so tank moves in to attack infantry. We're definitely going to have an infantry clear with the 9 HP infantry. Perfect. Beautiful. And we do have a hit on the anti-air. It's not going to do a lot of damage. Might do 60 if they go for it. Which they don't. Oh, interesting. Okay, alright. What was the value at last turn? So, ForgotToShoot was at 100,000 value and is taken down to 75,000. So we did 25,000 like value damage that turn. Sliicer goes up by about 12k overall. That's not that much of a difference though, and ForgotToShoot, I mean, it was fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, like it was good because we managed to get like a couple good hits here. But the problem at the moment is ForgotToShoot has, or after one small attack, is gonna have overdrive. And that's pretty strong. It's going to be a pretty strong overdrive because that's +2 movement. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks and 2 anti-air. 4 tank strikes and 2 anti-air strikes. Both of these copters are gone. 100% they are both gone because all you have to do is you have to move this back. You join or move this back. Tank comes in, clears tank. This tank, I don't know, goes and does something, like maybe interrupt this cap, I don't know. It's gonna do something, but then you have 1 anti-air, 2 anti-air. That's 18,000 value gone, plus like 3.5 from this one. And there's gonna be at least 3 tanks left over where you could do damage. Now, could do the same thing with this tank over here. And like this battlecopter at that point could like easily sack itself into this guy and do some extra damage as well. So let's see. Oh no, oh no, and that's power. We don't even have to waste an attack over here. Look at this. That's power. Beautiful. Oh god. Okay. And we're using it. We're using overdrive. Okay. Very, very interesting. Let's see what the old ForgotToShoot does here. Are they gonna forget to shoot? I don't think so. I don't think so, folks. They're a little bit too smart for that one. Now, I think I have an idea. Like I said, I think I have an idea of how this turn's going to play out, but I really want to see what ForgotToShoot comes up with here. Also, 13 minutes and 51 seconds on the clock. Sliicer has 8 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock, so lots of time. Cool. Just sacrifices the the infantry. Not too bad, but I think what that is sort of signifying at the moment is that we are going to be going in and taking that in. Oh, okay. I didn't expect that attack though. Let's see what we got. Okay, so tank just rolls in there. Only does 5 damage. I guess that's the power, so that's 140% defense right now, so that's not really unheard of. And that is the clear. Yep, that's the clear right there, folks. And we clear that tank. We go in with the anti-air. We bring the artillery back. Bring a tank forward, and we take out the second battlecopter. Okay, so essentially, basically what I was thinking was going to happen. Maybe slight variations here, but all in all, the damage was done. We don't even go for the copter sack either. We go and just take out a casual infantry that was sitting right there. Yeah, you know what? If you can avoid sacking your units, it's definitely a lot better than just mindlessly sacrificing them. But maybe not. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, we can reach. Yeah, it's not worth it. Not worth it. Don't want to be doing it. Okay. Nice. And we actually did go up and interrupt there. Beautiful. All right. That's the job of a 2 HP infantry, right? Or a tank right there. Just do 1 damage to an infantry to prevent the capture of your property. That's what it's all about. Okay, so tank moves in right afterwards. We attack anti-air. Anti-air is not really doing anything at the moment, but I can see. Yeah, we're gonna attack it. Take it down. Take it down a notch. Bring the tanks forward. Try to go for the KO on the tank. Does not succeed, unfortunately. And we go back a little bit and reform a wall with our infantry here. Now, perhaps the average player at this moment would just recklessly continue the attack. Let's see what ForgotToShoot does though. Are they going to recklessly continue the attack, or are we going to pull back and wait for another option? Oh no, we are going to build the stinkiest of neo-tanks over here. That's what we're going to do. I'm very disappointed at the moment. I thought this was going to be a match of pure class. Jess class, but we get Jess stink instead. So unfortunately, if one player builds a stinky Neo tank, the other player is probably going to be building a stinky Neo tank right after. Oh my god, Sliicer, you have LOLOO. LOLO. This is not good. This is not good at all, man. His value, his current bank account is literally laughing at the pure thought of busting out that stinky Neo tank at the moment, and I don't like it. He's just having a ball. Oh my god, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna stink. It's gonna stink so bad. I don't even want to see it. I don't even want to see it. Oh god. And obviously they're not pushing in this turn because it would be insanely reckless to push in this turn, so you don't want to do it. Oh god. There it is, folks. There it is. The counter to the other stink is just more stink. So, very nice. Alright, so carrying on with the match here. I have a feeling that this is just going to be a couple turns of shifting right here. So once again, both players still have quite a bit of time. Sliicer is a little... Whoa, Jesus, what happened there? 10 minutes. ForgotToShoot, what were you doing? Hanging out in the move planner for like half the game? Jesus. 3 minutes to move your units? Oh my god. It's crazy. It's unheard of. Actually, it's probably smart though. Yeah, so this arm is being led by the... Yeah, that guy. Let's not even pay attention to him. The more you pay attention to him, yeah, I mean, the more they feed off of it. You just... You know, you can't You can't give them what they want. Can't give them what they want. All right. Oh, we got a mech. There we go. There we go. We got the mech. See, like I said, whenever highly rated players build mechs, they always build a mech with a purpose, and that purpose is violence. We're gonna see what it does. Should be good. Sliicer pushing in like pretty far here. I don't know if ForgotToShoot necessarily has like a lot of play potential at the moment, but it is pushed in pretty far. That's some play potential right there. So moving in with the Neo, taking an engagement against a tank over here. Not too bad, I suppose. So it looks like I don't really think that ForgotToShoot is going to be pushing up like much farther than this. Yeah, we're going to just form the line. I don't think it would be really worth it to push up farther than that, but taking a small engagement over here, I think is perfectly fine. However, I mean, we do have a break. So this could be potentially kind of bad for ForgotToShoot. Now, they do have lots and lots of units here, and pretty much vastly outnumber the amount of tanks that Sliicer has at the moment. Like, Sliicer has 7 tanks. ForgotToShoot has 13 tanks. oh boy, that's a lot. That's a lot of tanks. Yeah, so I mean, you do have a move where you can go pop power anti-air here, clear the old infantry right here, then you can bust a tank in here, attack the artillery, bring Neo tank and first strike over here, which would be pretty good. You could bring copter over here and attack this first, which would also bring it down quite a bit. But at that point, the Neo would take chip damage, and ForgotToShoot would probably have power at that point, be able to pop power, attack, or lead attack with battlecopter, follow it up with tanks, and possibly be able to clear the Neo. But we got a power. What are we gonna see? Oh my god. My psychic. God, I'm so psychic! It's beautiful. Can't believe it. Alright, Neo moving in. Blah! Destruction. Oh my god, and we clear it too. Wonderful. Okay. I didn't actually expect it to clear the artillery. I kind of thought the artillery might survive, but that was a good hit. Good hit right there. And yeah, that leaves one Neo ahead over here. But if he moves it much farther, the likelihood of his entire push just crumbling is pretty high. I don't know, maybe not, but there's a lot of like attack potential here. I mean, we could take out a lot of vehicle units, but it would leave the Neo. Oh, Sliicer, okay. Classy. You got classy, buddy. Okay, it's fine. You went up, you attacked with the Neo. You only built the Neo to clear the way for the classy medium tank. Okay, perfect. I love it. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, carrying on here. Pop a turbocharge. Got the old power from old Jess. So let's see what we managed to do. We clear battlecopter. Very nice, very nice. We interrupt some caps. Move the tanks down. Clear space for another anti-air to come in and blast away another battlecopter. And we got a battlecopter tank clear on a tank. We're gonna have another double clear right here. And we get the Neo tank escape. The Neo tank has escaped and is now hiding on a city, and we get, oh, we're not gonna get another clear there. Maybe we will though. Maybe this guy's gonna come down and blast away this tank. That is definitely possible. No, we interrupt the cap. Okay, we don't want to lose the properties. Fair. 3 HP tank isn't really going to be doing a whole lot here, but this is kind of what I was fearing, right? So An attack like that probably would have been really good if the tank counts were more or less even, but considering that ForgotToShoot just had far more tanks, the attack is unfortunately bound to fail, because 13 tanks to 7 tanks, even if all 7 tanks attack a tank, that's still like 6 tanks that are left like uninjured, right? Plus like anti-air and stuff too, but either way. Okay, Sliicer. Ugh, that's a pretty gnarly situation we got ourselves in. Is our fabled friend, the classy boy, going to be able to come up here and sort of even the playing field? Is this 9 HP Neo going to be able to carry the entire front line? Well, we'll find out. Take out the battlecopter. Take out an anti-air. Take out another anti-air. Well, we don't take this anti-air, but we attack it. Didn't really do a whole lot of damage to it, unfortunately. It's essentially that just does 1 damage overall, because it's just gonna heal up. But take out another anti-air. Continue the caps. Battlecopter's moving up. Tanks moving up. Getting the clears. Medium tank moving up. I totally missed something. Okay, hold on. I gotta see something. I missed something. What happened? No, the mech, he got cleared by an anti-air. That's what happened. Okay. So we move that way. We'll do that. Okay, I think we're about here. Okay. Oh no! We don't want to do that. Okay. I had autoplay on for a second. Okay, so we clear a couple units here. Very nice. What are we gonna do about this stinky Neo tank in the middle, though? That is a big question. Yeah, we gotta stop those caps, that's for sure. I mean, if Sliicer gets this cap, which he's very likely gonna be able to get, unless we send a couple more tanks up here. Could send the anti-air up here, but that's not necessarily super worth it. I don't know, maybe you could send tank up here and interrupt, but it's really, you're only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, you gotta go up with something, that's for sure. Okay, we're gonna go up with a fresh tank. That was a good position. Good positional switch over here. Bring the anti-air up here. Bring tank up here. Get the old hit right there. So that property is not going to be acquired by the Sliicer today. But Sliicer definitely hurting in the unit count at this moment. All the way down to 12 units. Let's have the Neo and the MD classy boy on the field. But I don't know. We're going to see. What is he going to be able to do? We're going to attempt to interrupt the property. Destroy a tank with the classy boy. Beautiful. That's what you like to see. Join capping. Neo moving in. And just ending turn. So not too bad. Did manage to get 3 clears on units here. And Neo's in a very strong position near the center of the map here too. Tank could come up and attack anti-air. If the battlecopter attacks the classy boy over here, it does get cleared by the anti-air no matter what. So that would be a very unfortunate thing to happen. The other unfortunate thing to happen would be the clear on that infantry that tried so hard to capture this property but was just completely denied by 2 tanks here. So that is, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate for that guy. We did lose the anti-air up here last turn too, so we weren't really able to effectively counter these battlecopters right away. Yeah, not even bothering attacking the classy boy. He's too powerful. Like, you don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. He's far too powerful. Just run away. Just run away from him. It's honestly your only chance. Oh, the classy boy is moving up. Ooh, 7 HP Neo coming in right afterwards though with a Jess power. Oh boy. Might be a significant one. Alright, did a little bit of damage here, not too shabby. Bringing the units down a little bit here. Wow, Sliicer ending it on a perfect 100,000 value. That is something that you don't really see too often, folks. 100,000 value on the dot. Beautiful. It's honestly, it's lovely to see. Just lovely. Okay, so we got the turbocharge. I severely fear for this classy boy at the moment, though, because now we have a battlecopter strike and a 7 HP Neo strike, which is going to be some significant damage, but we don't do that. We just go in with the Neo and still do 70% because he's sitting pretty on a shoal. He was just enjoying the beach too hard and just got blindsided. That is very unfortunate. And we get the anti-air clear and the clear on the classic boy. Very sad to see, but that's what happens when you're just sitting on a shoal all willy-nilly like that. At the moment, oh, ForgotToShoot ends on 111. That's also very satisfying to look at. Congratulations. Yeah, that is the end of the game. You lose the classy boy and you lose the game, unfortunately. There's no coming back from that. Fantastic game. Very well played by ForgotToShoot and very well played by Sliicer. It was a wonderful display of both COs, actually. Unfortunately, Jess was just a little bit too powerful on this map. ForgotToShoot, quite the tactician indeed. Fantastic match, folks. Hopefully you all enjoyed that one. It was a wild ride to go over, and if you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next live league game. Take care of yourselves, and bye bye for now.